Hey everybody, and welcome back for another video. Today's video we're going to be talking about how did Captain Phasma get off Starkiller base before it exploded, and more. So today's reference material comes from the graphic novel Captain Phasma. There is 4 comic books that are in this graphic novel. They were all like a little mini-series taking place when Captain Phasma left Starkiller base and what she did afterwards. So let's dive into this graphic novel. So this graphic novel starts off with Captain Phasma coming out of the trash compactor. You know, it's all nasty and disgusting. And she's worried about, who could have possibly seen that she's the one that brought down the shields. So before she tries to run and get into a ship, she goes to the computer systems and looks up who could have looked into the previous reports and seen who did it. And she found out there's a guy named Rivas that saw that she was the one that brought down the shield. So she thought, oh, hey, this person knows, I need to take them out so that nobody else will know. I need to get rid of anybody that could possibly know what happened. So Phasma goes to try to find this guy. She sees him kind of off in the distance at Starkiller base, and he's kind of just too far for her to get to, but she notices that he hops in a ship and takes off. So Phasma runs to a ship, and she sees a First Order pilot inside already, and she basically says, like, hey, we're getting off this planet. There's a traitor in our group. We have to go follow them and capture this guy. So they get in the ship, and they take off, and they make the conclusion that the ship that the guy that Rivas took couldn't get very far. So they went to a nearby planet. On that planet that they landed, Phasma was very secretive. So she was like, from now on, your name is Pilot and my name is Captain. That's it, if they meet anybody on the planet. So they go walking around the planet and they find the remains of this guy's ship that they were tracking. So they know that he's actually there on the planet. And they take off and they run into this village. And Phasma basically says, did you see this guy walk by? Have you seen him? And they say, yeah, he went to this place where nobody comes back from. And Phasma was wondering, like, well, I have to go get him anyway, so I might as well go see this. So she walks with Pilot and goes towards this building and notices that it's a building that's surrounded by water, and there's a whole bunch of monsters in the water. Monsters where if they even tried to go through, they would die. There's just no question. So Phasma goes back to the village and basically says to them, hey, this is your land. You can, take back what's yours. Make them go away, kind of a thing. And it riles them up enough to feel like they can take on this creature. And Phasma's a great leader, so she can lead them to a victory. So they agree. They go with Captain Phasma and Pilot and head over to these monsters. And they start this, big battle. And the people from the village are all fighting the creatures. Phasma and Pilot fight maybe 1 or 2, and Phasma's like, let's go. And the Pilot's like, wait a minute, they're all fighting a battle back there. And she says, yeah, well, that's basically their problem. And then they walk into the building. So Phasma doesn't care that she basically just started a war between these people and just left them. Pretty brutal. So Phasma and Pilot get to this building, and sure enough, there's Rivas, and Phasma walks in there. Pilot kind of stays outside, and she greets him, and she's basically like, I know you know, and I have to take care of that. And Rivas is just pleading with her, like, no, please don't kill me. I won't tell anybody. I know nothing. And Phasma has a 0 tolerance policy on anybody knowing about anything about her, so she flat out kills him. Meanwhile, the Pilot is outside, just around the corner, and she heard everything. And she's like, I need to make sure that Phasma knows that I did not just hear that, and I need to basically, try to convince her that I know nothing. Phasma comes outside, and she goes, what were you doing? And she goes, well, I was just out here kind of watching the battle that we ran away from. I was making sure they're doing all right. And Phasma's like, no, you weren't. You were right there. You were listening. Pilot pleads for her life. Doesn't matter. Phasma takes her out as well. and then leaves. So she makes her way back to the ship and takes off, regroups with the First Order, sees General Hux right there with the First Order, and that's about it. So to kind of summarize this, Captain Phasma hurried her way out of the trash compactor, tried to cover her own butt, and noticed that someone else found out that she took down the shields. So then she took off with another pilot to go take care of that guy, and then she took care of her pilot. So nobody in the universe knows that she was the one that brought down the shields anymore. And she's off the hook. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, drop us a like. If you have read this comic book before, or you have an opinion on it, drop us a comment. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. As always, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.